We're going to take that bumper off, that winch off, PTO drive for it. We're going to try to mount that little stubby bumper there. Pick this up today. That guy, I believe he said it was on a YJ. We're going to see if we can make it fit the CJ.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
First things, let's get underneath here, see what it's going to take to get that winch off. It says PTO driven. We got the PTO up here. Drive light that runs all the way back. Past the transfer case. Got to get all that off of there. Alright, so that PTO driven winch comes all the way back here. Using this little drive line. It attaches and gets a little more light here. So this PTO housing here that mounts on the transfer case. So the plan is, it's got a set screw here. There's a set screw way up the front that mounts to the gearbox there that drives the winch. We're going to take this set screw out, remove this drive line, take the one out front, and then there is this carrier bearing like spacer here. Mount it to the bell housing, pull that out. We're going to move the whole drive line. Then we'll worry about the winch and the bumper. I might have to get the cherry picker. I heard those winches are pretty heavy. So, alright, we're going to start by removing the, I guess you'd call it carrier bearing here for the drive line for the PTO on the winch. So you've got a bolt here. There's one up here, but it looks like it has the nut on the back side. So let's see if we can get them off there or not. Got that loose off of there. Alright, so we're back here. Back the PTO. So we got an Allen head there. So you don't have Allens, they have Torx. But some of you know you can use Torx and Allens. Sometimes when they strip out, you're going to use Torx anyways, or try to get them out. So I just figured why not just go straight to the Torx. Let's see if it'll work. Yeah. I actually felt it move, so there wasn't a whole lot holding it in there. I don't know. Let's take it all the way out. Let's see if we can. Maybe a pry bar. Grab a pry bar. We can pry on this a little bit and get her to pop out of there. It's moving. I'm trying to hold this too so it doesn't just drop, but I'll probably drop it anyways. Yeah. So close. So close. See if we can get a bit right there. Alright, so that's off. Got a key there. I don't want to lose it. Of course, it fell in there. I'm going to save that because I plan to eventually sell this. Like I said, I got to get the plate to cover this up when I take it off. Alright, so here's the front. Again, another little keeper there, Allen head. Get that off of there. This drive line off. And we'll worry about all this winch, bumper. Hopefully we can get it off. I might have to run, like I said, and get the engine hoist cherry picker to strap this all up while I take it off. I like to take the bumper and the winch off together, and then take the winch off the bumper after it's out. Oh, that one came out fairly easy. Again, this keeper gonna fall out, pry out. Oh, that one seems to be a little stuck. We'll leave it in there. We'll have to keep an eye on it when we get all this off, moved around, make sure we don't lose it. Put the little keeper, little set screw keeper back in. Now, we've got that. I'm not sure if you can see it hanging back there. That bar right there that runs down. Pretty long. Goes stuck over the axle, stuck over the transmission mount. So we're going to slide it back so that we can get this to come over the axle here. Drop it down and pull the rest of it out this way. Actually, I lied. We're going to go forward, drop this piece off of the transfer case cross member, and pull it out. Because there's only a little bit here. There's quite a bit over there. Not much room to slide it too far back. So, I might have to go back up there. Let me see here. Yep, just like that. And there we go. So that bumps out. Now, take a look at that bumper and see what we can do for that. Well, I don't know. I opened the door. Maybe it's not as bad of a glare now as it was earlier. Again, there's a little contraption I worked out. Get those two bolts on that side. The hard one over here. Then we'll go to the last easy one. See what happens. Hopefully it doesn't fall on my head. Alright everybody, I apologize. GoPro turned itself off, got too high. I was sitting here explaining stuff, talking to you guys for, gosh, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, struggling with this. So, I couldn't get the bolt out because the steering gear is in the way underneath. Parents stopped by too, I had to talk to them. So, we're taking the bolts out. This bolt, obviously this is in the way. This bolt is also in the way. It's getting late. Like I said, I have no lights in the garage. That's a motion sensor light that's going to shut off here soon. So it's pretty dark here. I'm going to go home, relax, come back at this tomorrow. Probably going to end up having to loosen and pull this entire grill off. Get these bolts off, get the stinking power steering gear out of the way, to get that one bolt out. And then I believe we can finish getting this bumper off. Alright guys, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so doing some thinking last night. I don't really want to take the grill off to get to these bolts to get that power steering gear off the frame to get this bolt out. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cut it off. Alright, I'm gonna set you guys up. Let's get this cut off.
Can't see what I'm doing here. I go about halfway through it. Yep. About over half.
Alright. Got it off. Let's get it out of there. Let's get this off. Alright, let's see if we can get this slid back now without tearing a bunch of crap up. She's tight though, that's for sure. Oh, I see. We're still caught on the head of that bolt. See if we can get her to pop out of there. I have to just put it all the way off. Let's see here. Oh, there it goes. Popped loose. Let's see if we can get her out of there. Go back. That's coming good. So it looks like she's wanting to flip up. I wanna... see if we can find that combination. Yeah, I'm just gonna wanna... Get her lowered. Alright, she's off. Let me get this drag out of the way. We'll set that other bumper up on there. Kind of get a rough idea, see how much work we gotta do. Alright guys, there's the old bumper, winch there. That's with the new one. Just got it sitting up there right now. Still gotta make sure we're squared, even side to side. I'll have to drill some new holes. They only have one mount. There's one little tab on the bottom, which is not going to work. I need two mounts here, both sides. probably weld those up. I'll have to drill a new hole here through this plate for the winch. And yeah. And trying to see here. I'm sure they had these cut for the shackles on the YJ, I think. I don't know if I should weld them up or if I need to cut these. I don't think I'm going to be close enough to needing to cut those out, so I'll probably just get some metal, square these up, weld a new piece in. Both sides there. Fix that. Yeah. But that's pretty much all the time we have for this weekend. So I guess I'll end this video. Next time, like I said, we'll do some mountain. Again, I gotta cut that off of there.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.